Once again, welcome to the 98th South Carolina Inaugural Ball. On behalf of the Inaugural Committee, we are delighted to have you with us on this special occasion to celebrate the inauguration of our state's constitutional officers. And now, the processional for the 98th South Carolina Inaugural will begin. Please welcome the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Honorable G. Merle Smith, Jr., and Mrs. Smith. Members of the South Carolina House of Representatives and their guests are led by the House Sergeant-at-Arms, Mitch Dorman, and the House Clerk, Charles Reed and Mrs. Reed. see. Multi. Yep, I know that. Please welcome the Senate President, the Honorable Thomas C. Alexander and Mrs. Alexander. Members of the South Carolina Senate and their guests are led by Senate Sergeant at Arms Charles Williams and the Senate Clerk Jeff Gossett and Judge Gossett. Ladies on the left. Yes, sir. Marissa, you ready for me? Ladies and gentlemen, now the constitutional officers of the great state of South Carolina and their guests. Secretary of State, the Honorable Mark Hammond and Mrs. Hammond. Attorney General, the Honorable Alan Wilson and Mrs. Wilson. Comptroller General, the Honorable Richard Ekstrom and Mrs. Ekstrom. Secretary of Education, the Honorable Ellen E. Weaver, accompanied by her brother Jason and sister Megan. Commissioner of Agriculture, the Honorable Hugh Weathers and Mrs. Weathers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evatt and Mr. Evatt. May I please have a fanfare? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your inaugural chairs, Linda and Bill Stern.
Good evening, everyone. If I could ask everyone to try and be a little bit quiet for Literally 5 minutes, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 98th Inaugural Committee, Linda and I are honored to welcome you to the Inaugural Ball celebrating the inauguration of Governor Henry McMaster, Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evett, and each of our constitutional officers. To our sponsors, whose names have been displayed on the screens tonight, today would not have been possible without your support. I also want to thank our inaugural vice chairs and our honorary chairs. All of this that you see today and tonight would not have been possible without the excellent work and planning by Marissa Crawford and her team. Please join me in giving them all a well-deserved round of applause. And finally, we want to thank our wonderful Governor Henry McMaster and the First Lady, Peggy McMaster, for their years of friendship, for their years of service, and their commitment to the state of South Carolina. Governor, tomorrow the work continues, but tonight we celebrate not as Republicans or Democrats, but as friends and neighbors who love this great state. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming to the stage Governor Henry Dorgan McMaster and First Lady Peggy McMaster.
Is everybody happy? Y'all, thank you very much for your support, your work. Bill and Linda Stern, thank you so much for your extraordinary work as chair of this committee. Y'all, we live in the best place in the whole world. You've heard it all today. It's getting better and better. So let's have a good time tonight, and then we're getting back to work because we going to the top. To the top. Thank you.
Again, thank you to our inaugural sponsors for their support of today's event. Please enjoy the rest of your evening.